सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम ओम नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्ध ज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशांताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम ज्ञानानंदमयं देवं निर्मलं स्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम विदिताग्रशास्त्रसुधाचरधे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ओम परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातुः परगुरुतत्त्वस्य गुरुपरम्परायाः परमात्मनः कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं विश्वशान्ति विश्वकल्याणार्थं च समस्तभक्तानां साधकानां आयुरारोग्यैश्वर्यक्षेमस्थैर्य विवेकवीर्याख्यशमसमाधि समस्तसत् संपदा साधनावाप्त्यर्थं छान्दोग्य उपनिषदः पारायणं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम्। We are doing the chanting of Chandogya Upanishad for Parayanam from few days. Let us continue. In the second Adhyayam we are. Let us do the 8th Khandam which we did yesterday, but again because it is a different topic. Let us do that. ओम अथ छांदोग्य उपनिषद शांति मंत्रः। ओम आप्यायन्तो मांगानि वाक् प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्। माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्तु निराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरतेये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो। ओम शांति शांति शांति। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः अष्टमः खण्डः। ओम अथ सप्तविधस्य वाची सप्तविधगं साम उपासीत यत्किंच वाचोऽहम् इति स हिंकारो यत्प्रेते स प्रस्तावः यदेति स आदिः यदुदिते स उद्गीतः यत्प्रतेति स प्रतिहारः यदुपेति स उपद्रवः यत्नीति तत् निधनं दुग्धे अस्मै वाग्दोहं यो वाचो दोहः अन्नवानन्नादो भवति य एतदेवं विद्वान् वाची सप्तविधगं साम उपास्ते। अथ नवमः खण्डः। अथ खलु अमुम् आदित्यकं सप्तविधगं साम उपासीत सर्वदा समस्तेन साम मां प्रतीते सर्वेण समस्तेन साम तस्मिन् इमानि सर्वाणि भूतानि अन्वायत्तानि इति विद्यात् तस्य यत्पुरोदयात् स हिंकारः तदस्य पशवः अन्वायत्ताः तस्मात् ते हिं कुर्वन्ते हिंकारभाजिनो हि एतस्य साम्नः। अत यत् प्रथमा उदिते स प्रस्तावः तदस्य मनुष्या अन्वायत ताः तस्मात् ते प्रस्तुतिकामाः प्रशंसा कामाः प्रस्तावभाजिनो हि एतस्य साम्नः। अथ यत्सङ्गव वेलायागं स आदित्यः स आदिः तदस्य वयागंसि अन्वायत्तानि तस्मात् तानि अन्तरिक्षे अनारम्भणानि आदाय आत्मानं परिवदन्ति आदिभाजिनीः एतस्य साम्नः हतयत् सम्प्रति मध्यन्दिने स उद्गीतः तदस्य देवाः अन्वायत ताः तस्मात् ते सत्तमाः प्राजापत्यानाम् उद्गीतभाजिनो हि एतस्य साम्नः अत यदूर्ध्वं मध्यन्दिनात् प्राग् अवराह्णात् स प्रतिहारः तदस्य गर्भाः अन्वायत्ताः तस्मात् ते प्रतिहृता न अवपद्यन्ते प्रतिहारभाजिनो हि एतस्य साम्नः अथ यदूर्ध्वम् अपराह्णात् प्राग् अस्तमयात् स उपद्रवः तद् अस्या अरण्याः अन्वायत्ताः तस्मात् ते पुरुषं दृष्ट्वा कक्षगं श्वभ्रम् इति उपद्रवन्ति उपद्रवभाजिनो हि एतस्य साम्नः अत प्रथमा अस्तमिते तन्निधनं तदस्य पितरः अन्वायत्ताः तस्मात् तान् निदधति निधनभाजिनः हि एतस्य साम्नः एवं खलु अमुम् आदित्यगं सप्तविधगं साम उपास्ते अथ दशमः खण्डः अथ खलु आत्मसम्मितम् अतिमृत्यु सप्तविधगं साम उपासीत हिंकार इति त्रि अक्षरं प्रस्तावः इति त्रि अक्षरं तत्समम् आदिरिति द्वि अक्षरं प्रतिहार इति चतुरक्षरं तत इह एकं तत्समम् उद्गीत इति त्रि अक्षरमुपद्रवः इति चतुरक्षरं त्रिभिस्त्रिभिः समं भवति अक्षरम् अतिशिष्यते त्रि अक्षरं तत्समम् निधनम् इति त्रि अक्षरं तत्सममेव भवति तानि ह वा एतानि द्वाविंशतिः अक्षराणि एकविंशत्या आदित्यम् आप्नोति एकविंशः वा इतः असौ आदित्यः द्वाविंशेन परम् आदित्याज्जयति तत्नाकं तद्विशोकम् आप्नोति ह आदित्यस्य जयं परोह अस्य आदित्यजयात् जयो भवति य एतदेवं विद्वान् आत्मसम्मितम् अतिमृत्युं सप्तविधगं साम उपास्ते अथ एकादशः खण्डः मनोहिंकारः वाक्प्रस्तावः चक्षुः उद्गीतः श्रोत्रं प्रतिहारः प्राणः निधनम् एतत् गायत्रं प्राणेषु प्रोतं स य एवम् एतत् गायत्रं प्राणेषु प्रोतं वेद प्राणी भवति सर्वमायुरेति योग्जीवति महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवति महान् कीर्त्या महामनाः स्यात् तद् व्रतम् अथ द्वादशः खण्डः ॐ अभिमन्थति स हिंगारः धूमो जायते स प्रस्तावो ज्वलति स उद्गीतो अंगारा भवन्ति स प्रतिहार उपशाम्यति तन्निधनगं सगं शाम्यति तन्निधनमेतत् रथन्तरम् अग्नौ प्रोतं स य एवमेतत् रथन्तरम् अग्नौ प्रोतं वेद ब्रह्मवर्चसि अन्नादो भवति सर्वमायुरेति ज्योग्जीवति महान् प्रजया पशुभिर्भवति महान् कीर्त्या न प्रत्यङ्गाग्निम् आचामेत न निष्ठीवेत तद्व्रतम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ओम श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय शाखांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुवे पूर्वं वदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ प्रथमा शिक्षावल्ली प्रथमोऽनुवाकः शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Salutations to Shruti Mata, to Parabrahma, to entire Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva. Salutations to Sri Vedavyasa, Vaishampayana, Yajnavalkya, Adya Shankara, and our own Gurus, and also our Ishtadevata. We are in Taittiriya Upanishad after doing 11th Anuvaka. With 12th, this Prathama Siksha Valli will be concluded. Before that, Bhagavan Adi Shankara is taking all pains to make some aspects clear for a spiritual seeker who is very clear in his life that he wants nothing but moksha. So, moksha swarupa, moksha anubhuti, moksha prapti hetu, moksha prapti vighna. With regard to all these things, as quickly and as early as possible, when we become clear in our understanding, to that extent we are less in delusion. Like we are in confusion or delusion or wrong decision in so many things in our life, like food and clothing and staying and talking to the people, going out, working. हर एक चीज में अधूरापन हमारा है. 100% we are not perfect. So much of improvement is sought. In fact, many things expecting that something positive we do. In fact, they are the ones which cause negative only. But somehow चलता है दुनिया में. भगवान की कृपा से he is not so severely punishing us for every mistake. Like while eating food, how many unwanted things we consume, harmful things consume. But the Ishvara is working in throwing them and seeing that we are safe. In the same way, when we come to Adhyatmika Sadhana also, on the name of Adhyatmika Sadhana, we keep on doing many things. We are in delusion, confusion in this regard also. That has to be cleared. Then only our pursuit will be perfect, our achieving will be assured. Here, Bhagavan Adi Shankara is taking up the topic to very, very clearly explain to us what is the role of the Vidya, Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, Tattva Vidya, Upanishad Vidya in obtaining moksha, and what is the role of the karma in obtaining the moksha. Hmm. So, in this exhaustive discussion, what we will be finally concluding will be karma is required only to some extent. That also for say antakarana purity. After that, karma again is the obstruction only for knowing the truth. In knowing the truth, only just Vidya, Upanishad Vidya, wherein this is the nature of self, it is said is enough. You only have to logically, thoroughly understand it and abide in it. When Guru says this is the self, that is called as Shravanam. Logically, thoroughly understanding is called Mananam. Abiding in it is Nididhyasanam. In this pursuit of knowing the truth and establishing in it, where is the role of any karma? Whose total track of traveling is different. Absolutely, they are 180 degrees apart from each other. If this is not thoroughly known, we always will be caught up in the notion of getting Atma Anubhuti or Moksha by doing something. By doing karma, karma phala comes. Moksha is not a non-existing phala. That we have to achieve it through a karma. Nitya Muktata is the Swarupa of the Atmavast. Atma can never be bound. It is never bound only. There is nothing other than the self to bind it. When there is no bondage to it, how can there be a mukti through the karma? So the illusion that the self is bound is removed by the knowledge to only discover that never bound, ever present, eternal self is me. It's only knowing the thing which is existing. Through karma, what do we do? We create the thing which is not exist. Therefore, they are totally of opposite nature. But when we are in the force of karma, because of so many vasanas and all, in its bulkiness, the Shruti Mata tells about karma. ये करो, वो मत करो, तुमको वो चाहिए तो उसके लिए वो करो, ये चाहिए तो ये करो, और ये गलती हो गया उसका प्रायश्चित के लिए करो. These are all not neither the ultimate want of the Shruti to speak to us, nor it is a means for moksha. श्रुति माता ये कहने के लिए नहीं आई है और इससे मुक्ति मिलेगा भी नहीं. लेकिन लोग उस स्थिति में हैं जीवा, तो उनको उत्तर देने के लिए, उनके प्रश्नों का उत्तर देने के लिए, एंड टू ब्रिंग देम आउट ऑफ देयर प्रॉब्लम्स, दीज थिंग्स आर टोल्ड. But neither they are direct hetu for the moksha. On the other hand, if we are valuing, giving importance to the karma related everything, we will never be able to withdraw from this powerful karma chakra of karma, karma phala, entering to other janma ityadi, and never ever we become introverted to focus on ever existing self. That without being the self, discovering our identity with our essential self, from the not self called as Jiva Bhava, there can never be the mukti. This is what Shankara Bhagavan, through these discussions, wanting to make us thoroughly understand. And it won't come in one day. Again and again, again and again, when we do vicharana, then slowly the understanding starts happening. And deeply we have to establish the understanding. When the understanding is very stronger, then these Vyakti's sankalpas are only for nivrutti, not for pravrutti. If still our sankalpa are for the pravrutti, means we have not understood subtly the fact that the Paramatma is to be experienced by knowledge, which is called moksha. He is not the result of an karma. This clarity has not come. And such people keep on doing something on the name of or for the sake of moksha only in the world. They get karma phala, which includes greater higher lokas, greater higher bhogas, all that will be there, but they never get the moksha. That is why only by the study of the Upanishads, Advaita Vedanta, through the Bhashya of the Bhashyakara, the first final crystal clear, undoubtable, undoubting, unhesitating understanding comes to us and should come to us. Now imagine a person who has understood that through Vidya is moksha, which is a fact, and getting oriented towards the Vidya. Will he be anywhere entangled anymore in the world with his manokarma, sharira karma, vachi karma to expect or get some or other result? In this, the entire setup, each one of them are binding only. Why will I involve? That's why in Upanishad it is said, having thoroughly that convinced that the Atma Prapti, which is the moksha, is gained by Atma Vidya, and all other than the Atma Vidya pursuit is only binding, then only he starts giving up and goes out. That's called as in the Upanishads, Putreshanaya, Vitteshanaya, Lokeshanaya, Yuttaya, Vaiksha, Charyam, Saranti. And this is when we are haunting the Atma Loka and we are not interested in the other lokas, then that karma which gives other lokas, उससे मुझे क्या लेना देना? Wonderful, you know. These are all as the Guru is teaching, as the disciple is grasping, the transformation, modification happens inside him. Like when the doctor explains, the more sweets you eat, more the sugar levels grow, then they start harming your vital organs. One by one, they get damaged. Life become miserable to live. As you are listening this from doctor, is not inside the thinking is happening. Therefore, let me slowly reduce the sweets and totally avoid it for my health and longevity. होता है कि नहीं? In the same way, when we listen from the Guru directly in the class, and from the same Guru when we listen, when we are doing our own swadhyaya and contemplation, to such seeker, these things start happening. For that, we have to have the patience, we have to have our own application, we have to have our sincerity, our faith in the Guru and Shastra's words, taking them, we have to do that vicharana and add all everyday's examples. How with every karma, one or the other karma phala is coming. If the karma is beautiful and spectacular, beautiful and wonderful phala alone is coming, but that is not giving moksha. That karma phala is ending. Again, making me seek some other phala through some other karma. Like that, from the pillar to the post, from one karma to the other, we are going on traveling from morning till evening, from birth to death. This is called samsara. Therefore, another definition of samsara is what? Spending the entire life in doing the karma in the anticipation of some sukha through the karma phala. Will that karma phala give sukha or not? It definitely gives, but it is not shuddha swachha sukha. It is pratibimbita sukha, and it is not nitya sukha, and it is not independent sukha. It's a reflected, therefore unreal, and it is not eternal, and it is dependent. And adding more, as the sukha gets ended, it gets turned into the dukkha because you want it to continue, but it won't continue. Like when your children come from America, you enjoy their coming. At the time of their departure starts coming, then you start feeling miserable. अरे जा रहे फिर कब आएंगे no. See, whether you go with them and stay, enjoy, or make them to stay for more time, all is secondary. That's all different. व्यवहार है. But दुख हुआ कि नहीं? क्योंकि that karma of yours inviting them, the karma phala that they came and stayed and gave you sukha is not permanent. Cannot be because they have to go there. And by any other reason, even if they stay permanently here, then our priorities, our desires, all of them change. You know, the same person whom we requestingly asked to stay, and if he goes on staying, after 2 महीने हमको ही लगता है अरे क्यों है तो let him go. Why don't you go? Any great like Gurudev, any Mahatma, even if he comes to our house, more than 7 8 days he stays, आपको ही बोर लगने लगता है महाराज जी आप जाओगे कि आश्रम मैं जाऊं then you tell nothing in the world of karma phala can give shashvata sukha to anyone. It's not possible. So this clarity is called as Suddha Sattva Gunam. What I want is eternal happiness. Eternal happiness is only possible in the eternal thing. Eternal thing is only in the self, is only the self, and self is within me. Let I have to let me transcend the not self, which I am considering now as self, and discover and abide in my real self. These things which we are listening now should become our thorough conviction, and only seek that. Any other कर्मा let us say बाद में पहले let me discover myself फिर देखेंगे कुछ करना है तो if the other thing is done कि let me do karma and get that this are karma phala ये सब होने के बाद I go for आत्मज्ञानम it will never happen because there is no end to karma and karma phala. That's how we are deluding ourselves. We are going on doing something to get something, and we are not finding time to establish in ourselves, which is the moksha swarup. This is called Maha Maya. This is a Maha delusion. We have to come out of it through this thorough knowledge, logical knowledge. And it is the truthful knowledge, true knowledge. We are supposed to gain the true knowledge. अरे कितने दिन मूर्खता को ज्ञान मानकर जीते रहना है? कभी कभी ज्ञान को भी ज्ञान मानना चाहिए ना, और उसको स्वीकार भी करना चाहिए, सीखना भी चाहिए, यूज भी करना चाहिए. Okay, so for you and me in a layman's language, karma gives karma phala, not moksha. Karma phala may give little pleasure and ananda, but that also ends up in bondage. The mukti comes only in Atma Anubhuti, that is gained through Atma Vidya. And Vidya is to know what is already existing. There is nothing done there to create something. You are that, you have to discover and avoid. That's it. Okay, now the five options: only karma, predominantly karma helped by the Vidya, Vidya and karma equal, Vidya predominant supported by the karma, and only Vidya. These are the five options we have taken up for discussion. And in and through the discussion, what the Purva Pakshi was trying was somehow or the other induce or introduce or involve karma for moksha. उनका ये कोशिश है. Like somehow the Pakistan tries to send terrorists to India. Their कोशिश is that. Indian army, उनका कोशिश क्या है? Not even one fellow allowed to infiltrate. Finish him on the border. In the same way, the Siddhanta is trying to explain, to bring it to the notice and deny even a trace of karma also for moksha, which is obtained only through Vidya. फाइनली व्हाट कंक्लूजन कम्स टू, मोक्ष के लिए विद्या के अलावा लेश मात्र भी किंचित भी कर्म का जरूरत नहीं है. बट स्टिल यू विल एक्सेप्ट कर्म फॉर अंतःकरण शुद्धि. And because these things we are listening, you and I should not be in a hurry burry to give up everything and go for on the name of moksha, sit for meditation. होगा नहीं आपको. All theory apart, where do we stand? Having understood that, from that standpoint, what sadhana to be done, knowing that doing that alone is sadhana. With all this theory, still, if my antakarna is full of rajas and tamas, I must involve only in the karma yoga outside till antakarna shuddhi happens. It may be 1 life, 2 lives, or 10 lives. And that is why Bhagavan is putting all of us in karma kshetra to do karma is karma yoga, aiming at antakarna shuddhi. Earlier we never had the clarity. Now we have the clarity. We are in the world of karma to do karma without karma phalapeksha, so that antakarna becomes shuddha. Shuddha antakarna can make us antarmukha. In the antarmukhata, we can discover the eternal self, which is the giver of mukti. Discover our essential nature, ourself, having experienced which we experience mukta. I am no more bound now. Neither desha, nor kala, nor vastu, none of the things which were earlier binding me, neither the panchakoshas nor the jiva bhava, they are not at all there even to bind me. That would be the state. But for that, shuddhi of antakarna. But for that, the karma. But karma's daira wahi tak hai. Karma is only for antakarna shuddhi, not for moksha. For moksha, only vidya. And those who have purified the antakarna in the earlier lives only, in this life, no need they have to do any karma. Straight away pursue the mukti marga vidya, and many do that. All the many Mahatmas. Others, those who have some more residue of the impressions or vasanas or karma samskara prarabdha, they clear all that through karma. That's why हर तरह के लोग हमको मिलते हैं. Zero karma vasanas they came with. Straight away vidya and moksha. Some of them for 20, 30, 40 years they are in the karma kshetra. All that exhausted their karma vasanas and all. Then they are fit for jnanam, then they get it. There some people up to 70 years they are involved in the activity. उस समय उनका सब कर्म का क्लियर होकर at that time the revelation happens to them. Every variety is possible in this, but principle is same. Only for antakarana shuddhi the karma, through karma antakarana shuddhi, but only through vidya the moksha. Let us seek vidya. See, tasmat jnanam abhyasayeta. Do you listen that? Naradji taught. Only through the jnana moksha comes. Therefore, let us pursue only jnanam. When the Narji was doing stuti of Rama, In our Adhyatma Ramayanam, he gave the entire tips and essence of Vedanta sadhana. In that he said, if you remember. Now, let us come to this point where Vidya Karmani Moksha Pratibandha Hetu Nivartake iti chet. See, Vidya Karma Samuchaya, they will remove the Moksha Pratibandha Hetu called as Avidya. Therefore, the karma is required. सी द प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है ना, ये चीज़ों को थोड़ा भी किसी भी बहाना से बहाने के कारण मौका दे दो, वो लोग वो आकर ना इतना हमको फंसा देते. There are some things we have to totally ruthlessly eliminate. Like that's what we studied in Bhagavatam also. Even little of the Roga Shesha remains. Roga not treated fully, just like it relapses. In the same way, avidya fully not removed with the vidya, still it binds us. In the same way, avidya janita karma, in any form you give importance to it. It takes unknowingly the roots in us, it makes us feel that it is important. Like any Vyakti Vishesh in our life, for any reason you give even slightest of importance, either as Bandhu or Shatru or the Mitra, he starts possessing our mind and its attention. Is it not? Then to that extent, the mind is disturbed or agitated or at least deviated from the truth or sadhana. Is it? इसलिए थोड़ा भी मौका दिया तो खराब हो जाता है. There are two things always remember. Little of sadhana also done never goes waste. It is for the very initial seeker. Little of sadhana also never goes waste. Therefore, thoda to karo. But at the highest stage mein, little of importance given to anything other than sadhana called as karma is enough to bind you or delay your progress or may not allow you to experience the liberation. Therefore, वहाँ वो थोड़ा भी नहीं रखना है, छोड़ देना है पूरा. That's so. So, jnana karma samuchaya removes pratibandha for the vidya. Therefore, allow us. He says no. Be clear. The karma gives the four phala of utpatti, samskara, vikara, and apti. Utpatti creating that which is not there. Samskara is beautifying it. Vikara is modifying it. Finally, the apti is gaining it, which is not mine, I gained. These are the four things done by karma. Any karma is done for any of these four. परमात्मा में ये चारों काम नहीं करते. He is neither utpadya, nor samskarya, nor vikarya, nor is apya, because already with me. Therefore, your karma it's not required here. Those four things which karma does are not required for Atmanubhuti. Therefore, why the karma is required? Be careful about it. Therefore, only Vidya. Now we are in Avidya, we have to come to Vidya, that's it. I am only in the notion that I am a Jiva. I am not understanding that I am the Atma. Whole effort of entire Vedanta teaching and sadhana is to strengthen our knowledge that I am the Atma, not the Jiva, and establishing that. That's it. याद रखना, इसको कभी नहीं भूलना. पंचकोश युक्त जीव I am not. Panchakosh Atita Atma I am. Establishing in that Vedanta's teaching. That's how in the next Valli, that is a topic taken up, exhaustively dealt with. Maja aayega. We will listen it. So slowly only let this knowledge enter. Don't be in a hurry. Don't also be lazy not to listen. And this is the most profoundest of the needful knowledge in Vedanta. Having gained which, you get such a sigh of relief because you understand the non-essentialness of the karma. Otherwise, कर्म इतना जरूर लगता है, वो कर करके इतना मर जाते हैं. जन्म जन्म में every life we come, we do this, we do that. Every doing is giving us something, but not moksha. कर्म कर्मफल देता है, मोक्ष नहीं देता. याद रखो इस बात को. And karma phala is not permanent because karma is not permanent. When it's not permanent, it goes away, back to square one, a beggar. So answer is what? Point was Vidya Karmani Moksha Pratibandha Hetu Nivartake iti chet. Vidya and Karma remove the Moksha Pratibandha. Answer is no. He is a standard answer. No. Shankara Bhagavan, the Siddhanti. Why? Because Karmana Phala Antara Darshana. Karma has the different results. What are the different results? Utpatti, Samskara, Vikara, Aptayaha hi Phalam Karmana Drishyate. Drishyate. These are the phala of the karma, any karma. Now, Utpatyadi phala viparitaha cha moksha. In the moksha, which is gained through Atmanubhuti, that Atma is not Utpadya, because it is not there, it is there. You cannot operate on it to bring any samskara and vikara. It is never away from you. Therefore, how can there is a apti? जो आपका नहीं है, आप नहीं हो, उसको आप पाओगे, which is you already. How can you go for apti of it? Clear? प्राप्त से प्राप्ति है, and that's only through vidya. प्राप्त से प्राप्ति is through karma. जो मेरा नहीं है, उसके लिए मेरे को हो कर्म करना पड़ता. मैं ऑलरेडी मैं हूँ, मेरा है. How can there be need of karma? Somehow it's forgotten. Remember it. कुछ भी हो, हम अपने आप को भूल गए. याद करना है बस. या अपने आप को और कुछ महसूस करने लगे, उसको छोड़कर हम एक्चुअली क्या है, उसमें बैठ जाना. दैट्स इट मोक्ष. वेरी इजी इट इज, वेरी सिंपल. दैट्स व्हाई मुक्ति ही हित्वा अन्यथा रूपम स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थित. अन्यथा रूप छोड़ स्वरूप में बैठ. एवरीथिंग एल्स इज रूप एंड दिस इज स्वरूप. स्वरूप में बैठ जाना. हो गया. नाउ पूर्व पक्षी सेस, yesterday we came up to this, gati shrutehe apyah iti chet. Listen carefully. In Upanishads, there are so many Shrutis in the Vedas, so many Upanishad mantras wherein it is said that when you reach there, then you are in moksha, not to come back. Now, reaching there is a movement only. So, movement is an action only. So, when you go there, you will never come back. Is a moksha sthiti. So when you going is a gati, gati is gamanam, gamanam is gamana kriya. So Shruti is saying about gamana kriya, no? So gamana karma ki baat bata rahi hai Shruti. So how can you say the karma is not required? Gamana karma to hai. He quotes the example, Surya dvarena te virajaha prayanti. So those are the seekers who, by purifying themselves through the Surya dwara, they reach prayanti. Kahana, they reach. Reach means move. Move means action. In the same way, tayodham ayan amrutatvam eti. Taya means sushumna nadya. Urdham ayan, having himself brought up above. Amrutatvam, he goes to. Amruta sthiti eti means prapnoti gacchati. शतम चैका हृदय से नाड्या तासा मूर्धा नवमिनि श्रुतैका तया ऊर्ध्वमायन अमृतत्वमेति विश्रंगन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति. So it is said he will reach, he will go, he will travel. अब गति श्रुति तो है, तो गमन क्रिया है, तो क्रिया या कर्म therefore is required for moksha. इति एवं आदि गति श्रुतिभ्यः प्राप्यः मोक्षः. therefore मोक्ष को हम पा सकते हैं वहां जाकर. ये जो फोर्थ पॉइंट है ना, उत्पाद्य विकार्य संस्कारेण आप्या. तो ही सेड आप्या विचारो नहीं है सिद्धांति. देन पूर्व पक्षी टॉक्स क्या है द फोर्थ वन. ये भाई आप्या और प्राप्त के बारे में स्तुति है, श्रुति है कि इस तरह से वहां जाकर हम उसको पा सकते हैं. ऐसा लिखा है उधर. इति एवं आदि गति श्रुतिभ्यः. गति श्रुति अंडरस्टूड. श्रुति विच टॉक्स अबाउट गति. गति मीन्स गमनम, मीन्स यू गो देयर टू रीच टू मोक्ष. Therefore, going is a karma. Therefore, karma is required for the moksha. So that is how it is logic. Now, see, Bhashyakara's answer में ही meditation है, contemplation है, understanding thoroughly है about the self. But only next step is avoiding in that. Very, very intelligent, sharp he is, That through the Purvapakshi is Prashna and Siddhant is Uttara, he really lifts us to very beautiful heights of understanding. All is in understanding, remember. Through understanding, we drop everything related to karma and all, and through understanding, we establish in ourselves. That's it. That understanding is technically called as Vidya. Is only to know that I am that. That's it. Now, what is his point? Gati Shruti. Now, how beautifully he answers it, you see it. He says, Siddhanti, Sarvagatatvat, Gantrubicha Ananyatvat. Moksha, which is experienced by experiencing the self, that self is Sarvagata. It's all pervading. Then Gantrubihi cha Ananyatvat. That state of moksha is not separate from the Ganta, whom you are talking. गंतृ वाक्य पूर्व पक्षी ने यूज किया सिद्धांति ने सिद्धांति इन पूर्व पक्षी लैंग्वेज ओनली सेइंग दैट मोक्षम आइडिया is not other than apart from the ganta, the one whom you are talking about, who moves from here to there. So too the moksha anubhuti is everywhere. It is not somewhere else you go and get it. See, the moksha anubhuta atmavastu is sarvavyapaka. Point one. And that atmavastu is ananya from the one who is doing sadhana. When he is not apart from him and he is being everywhere, how can the governor is possible? Like in the space, everything can move. But where can the space move? Because for the space to move, there should be a place where it is not. And space cannot move in itself. अपने आप में ट्रैवल नहीं होता ना. Be logical, be clear in this. There is a movement of me in the space as a body. In the body, there is no movement of the body within the body. I should not be everywhere and I must go to some place where I am not there. So that's how the body moves. But body will not move within the body. Is it not? In the same way, self is all pervading, therefore nowhere it is not there to go, and there is no movement of oneself within oneself. Now listen to explanation of this. सर्वगतत्वात् गंतृभिः च अनन्यत्वात्. सर्वगत है इसलिए कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं. और गंता जो है जाना चाह रहा उससे अलग नहीं आत्मा. Be careful about it. He is only in the delusion that he is in Jiva Atma or Panchakosha Yukta Jiva. He only has to remove that delusion, that's it. That removal of delusion की जरूरत नहीं है. Only know it, that's called Vidya. You know it, it is over. Like what I do when I wake up from the dream. Will I take and throw away each of the dream? No, I know I'm waker in that knowledge only. Entire dream is understood to be unreal delusion. Just to wake up to your waker life, you know entire dream is unreal. So to wake up to yourself called Vidya, you know you are already moksha, mukta. Nothing to worry about, something else to be done to get something. Again and again these have to be listened and pondered. Then only slowly it starts entering. And we need to come to such a very mature level in our this Vedantic Sravanam through our Upasana to Guru and Ishvara single pointedly. It takes some lives. Like what we are hearing now, it may take some 10 years, 20 years, 10 to 3 lives for getting fully to into its understanding. Hoga ho. When we are consistent, one day it will happen. Now explanation is like this. Akashadi karanatvat sarvagatam brahma. So Brahma Anubhuti is a moksha, there is no doubt, nobody denies it. Even Purvapakshi knows. Purvapakshi को पता है ब्रह्मात्मा के बोध ही मोक्ष है. But you want to get it through karma. सिद्धांत says वो कर्म का नहीं रे बेटा, वो है वैसे ही, उसको जानना है, खत्म. But he is insisting in karma because उसको छोड़ने को मन नहीं होता. He feels यार मैं कर्म नहीं करूँ. Like person who works all through the day, in so many works. Then the wife tells, इतना आप काम करते हैं, देखो वो मेरे घर वाले, मतलब क्या बोलते हैं उनको, मायके वाले बुला रहे, चलो एक बार जाते हैं. This fellow goes there with her because she's insisting. And there's nothing to do. Even small work, you want to help there. There the in-laws tell, अरे दामाद जी आप कैसे काम करते हो, आप निकम में थे इसलिए तो आपको शादी करा है. Like that they don't allow him to do anything. Now see his pathetic condition. He is so workaholic, can't remain without work, and he is made to sit there. आजकल सो फोन वोन वगैरह इसलिए everybody doing naughty. But remember some 30 years back, when that son-in-law comes to the parents-in-law house and they don't allow him to do anything. And this karma kind is like that. इसको इतना जन्म का आदत हो गया कर करके, यार वो कुछ कर कर ही मोक्ष मिल like that he feels. And that is in every one of us. Habitually doing karma is one aspect. Second is every phala we are getting through karma. Therefore we think mukti also comes through the karma as karma phala. That's the highest notion. Our own real self is never bound. That never bound is called moksha. So by nature I am mukta only. Nothing can bind me. So then I have to realize that's it. Nothing to do there. But he wants to do something. Any doing is an abstraction here. Because that doing creates the doer, the karta who is a jiva. In the self, no need of any karma or karma phala. Akarta avokta is. It's a very interesting discussion when it enters into our heart, no? When we start daily little by little contemplating on that. And without doing any funny things of not doing anything outside. Bahar ka normal rehne do. Everything outside should go on happening normally. Inside, we have to get transformed. Don't forget this. Let your spiritual sadhana inner should not disturb your outer performance. वो होते रहे. अंदर जब साफ खाली होता है ना, बाहर कभी प्रारब्ध खत्म हो जाएगा. Then you need not worry. You can naturally will be placed by the Lord in a place where nothing is to be done by you and you can be introverted. Know the self. कोई भी चीज है जल्दबाजी से आधे दिमाग से नहीं करना. In you are in dharmas, outer you do. But when they are over, don't again get entangled in them, by the way. Now, he explains to us, first one he said, Akashadi Karanatva. Everything is in Akasha. Akasha is everywhere. Even to the Akasha is Brahma is Karana. Therefore, where is Brahma is everywhere. Therefore, is Sarvagato. Therefore, there is no place where the Brahman is not there or there. इधर नहीं है उधर है, इसलिए उधर जाऊंगा तो मुझे ब्रह्म मिलेगा, ऐसा गमन की जरूरत नहीं है. सो दैट्स हाउ डिनाइड दैट गंतु श्रुति को पकड़कर. एंड व्हाई दैट इज सेड इट विल बी टोल्ड लेटर. गंतु श्रुति को पकड़कर व्हाट पूर्व पक्षी वाज सेइंग that I have to do the karma of the gamanam to get to moksha. He denies that moksha is atmanubhuti, brahmanubhuti. That Brahma or Atma, being even the karana of the space which is all pervading, is everywhere there. Therefore, gamanam is neither required nor possible. Here akasha means both. The bhuta akasha which supports the sthula bhutas. Chitta akasha which supports the sukshma chitta vrittis. For both akashas, the support is Brahma. So every chitta vrittis are in the chitta. Chitta is all pervading as regards the chitta akasha is as regards the chitta jagat is concerned. Like the bahya akasha is all pervading as regards bahya jagat is concerned. And to both these akashas, chida and chitta and bhuta, the substratum is chidakasha, which is Brahma. So which is everywhere there. So सबका कारण होने के नाते सब जगह है, वो याद रख लेना. सबका means both the outer akasha and inner akasha, and everything are in the inner and outer akasha. Grossification of the akasha only, that is not the subject here to be discussed. Here the topic is akasha sarvayavaka. For that sarvayavaka akasha itself, the Brahman is karanam. Then where is Brahman? Everywhere. If it is everywhere, where is the need of moving? Clear? That is why at a higher level, you don't need to change places or timings. Wherever you are, you become introverted and meditative and should be able to discover self. If you, in the beginning, conditions are required, a calm and quiet atmosphere, undisturbing early morning hours in a jungle ashram. They're all very essential in the beginning because we are prone to disturbances. But once we master the art of withdrawing and entering into the self, you were in the busy marketplace. You should be able to withdraw and establish. That is the true achievement. So here the point is understood. The Parabrahma, whose experience is moksha, is even the karana of the akasha, which is all pervading. Therefore, Parabrahma is all pervading. Therefore, no gamanam is required. Point one. Two is what? Ki Brahma avyatiriktaha cha sarve vijnana. Very important. Yesterday we were pausing here, trying to make us understand. Vijnana atmana means jivaha. All jivas are never ever apart from the Brahma. Jiva Brahma iva naparaha. Jiva is in his making up. Whatever the ingredients are used by him, they are the variety of feelings of Brahma Tattva only. Therefore, this Jiva is never away apart from Brahma, that you have to go and jump in him. So, sarve vijnana atmanaha brahma avyatiriktaha. They are never away from Brahma. ध्यान से सुनना इस बात को. Sarve vijnana atmana means all jivas never ever in a moment are apart from away from Brahman, because Brahman is substratum of all. Without him, that Brahma is Satchit Swarup. Without Brahma Satchit, how can a jiva also exist? Vijnanatma. Now comes the next point. Tena na apyaha mokshaha. Therefore, moksha that way is not gained by going somewhere else. It is not apart from me, it is not away from me. That which is away from me and apart from me, that only I get it by Gamana Karma. Like I go to a shop. Is the shop in my house not there? Then it is there. Therefore, I go. There is a possibility of going. And what do I buy in the shop? Do I buy myself or anything other than me? I don't buy myself. I buy only thing other than me. In the same way, to go and get something, that thing should be other than me, that should be apart from me or distant from me. The Brahma is not away from me, be attentive, nor other than me. Therefore, the Gati Karma is not possible in that, not required. Therefore, moksha is na apya. जाकर पाने वाली चीज नहीं है मोक्ष, जानने वाली है. That's what we are saying. See the two logics. Gantruhu avyatirikta, sarve vijnanatmana brahma avyatiriktaha and akashasya karanatvat sarva vyabhavaha. Therefore, moksha or brahma not apya. Apya means by going, getting. In that way, going karma is not required in that. कर्म की जरूरत नहीं है. जाने वाला कर्म उसने छेड़ा ना. Gamana karma, gati shruti. Shruti tells go there and you get it. So going is a karma. He says in this there is no going and coming possible. It has to go, you should not be there. But as Brahma, it is everywhere there. And you go to a place which you are not. And you are everywhere. Where will you go? Interesting discussion it is. Then next one, see, Gantuhu anyat vibhinna desham cha bhavati gantavyam. Gantu anyat and vibhinna desham bhavati gantavyam. Gantavya place, the place to reach, is always anyat, other than from the Ganta, the one who is going. The place to go is different from always the goer. Goer is different from place of going by. Goer cannot go into himself. So, Gantuhu anyata vibhinna deshamcha bhavati gantavyam. So, Gantuhu anyata vibhinna deshamcha bhavati gantavyam. Gantavyam, Gantuhu anyat, Gantuhu vibhinna desham bhavati. That's what I said. The place to reach is always separate from the one who wants to reach and distant from him. Then only this Ganta can go there and reach. But in the self, this is not possible. Okay. Second is what? Nahi yena eva avyatiriktam yato tat tena gamyate. जैसे मैंने कहा, I cannot go to myself. Because how can I go to myself? I'm already that. Interesting. It's only an illusion that I am not that. He is creating me as a separate entity. Remove that illusion called avidya through the vidya. That is what you have to do. There is nothing to do as a karma there. गमन कर्म का यहाँ जरूरत नहीं है. So नहीं येन एव अव्यतिरिक्तम यत् तत् तेन गम्यते. Interesting sentence is कि that which is not separate from me, I won't go into that. Like I am already in the house. I don't go to my house now because I am already in the house. In the same way, the Brahman, when I reach, becomes moksha, is not away from me, apart from me. Then how can there be reaching? Then he says, Tad ananyatva prasiddhi cha. And then Brahma is never away from the sadhana doing jiva. Okay? To prove this, many Upanishad Shrutis are there. You have given two Shrutis to say the Gati Karma, Gati Shruti. No, Surya Dvarena te Virija Prayanti or Tayordhamayan Amrutattvameti. These are the mantras, Purvapakshi. Siddhanti says the self having realized which the moksha comes, that self is never away from, apart from the jiva who is pursuing. Is only through the imagination of the upadhi, through the imaginary identification with the imaginary upadhis, he is imagining that he is a jiva, like in dream. The dream world, the dream body, dream mind, senses, all of them are they not imaginations, projections on the waking mind? Are they any one of them existing actually in reality, though one is experiencing them in the dream? Think about it. Very important discussion it is. Don't miss these discussions. Be a Vedantin. Then only all. वाक्य सबको है ना वेदांत ही मजा देता है. बिना वेदांत का वो सब सजा बनते हैं आज नहीं तो कल. Only Vedanti in his pure understanding can laugh it off in life and have a sigh of relief of experience because there's nothing to go, nowhere to go, nothing to do. I am that already. बाकी सब संसारी है. On any pretext, they are samsari. A yogi is samsari. A karmishta is a samsari. A bhakta is samsari. भाग ही रहा है भगवान के पास मंदिर में. चढ़ाओ फूल चढ़ाओ, ये चढ़ाओ वो चढ़ाओ. क्या टेंशन ले रहे सब. Only in Vedanta one can have it. And they do fear with that God. Who is that Vishnu and Shiva in that temple? He is my own Swarup. डरता नहीं वेदांत. और भगवान भी जानते हैं इसको वेदांत चढ़ गया तो आई कांट प्ले विथ हिम और पनिश हिम. चल ठीक है बेटा, वी आर वन. भगवान also accepts because he can't deny. भगवान cannot say ना हे जीव तू मेरे से अलग है. Then in that case भगवान is in avidya. These are all very interesting things. So now Guru Maharaj Siddhanta is quoting to say that the moksha giving Brahma is never ever away from the sadhaka. Therefore, the sadhaka need not go somewhere or do something to go somewhere to get Brahma. Only the ignorance is covering you to be the self, and that ignorance alone is making you accept that you are a jiva. That you remove, that ignorance called avidya, remove it through vidya. That's it. So, Naham Jiva Paratmeti Jnataschet Nirvaya Bhavet. It came to for us in Bhagavatam also, in other texts also. Rajjuh Sarpavad Atmanam Jivam Jnatva Bhayam Bhavet. Naham Jiva Paratmeti Jnataschet Nirvaya Bhavet. In my ignorance of my essential self, I am considering myself to be Jiva with Upadhi. Then what is to be done for this? Just discover that you are self. That's it. Anything else done strengthens the Jiva Bhava. Very interesting. Now, quotations are few, very interesting. Tad ananyatva prasiddhi cha. The jiva who is doing sadhana is never apart from Parabrahma. Only is in a notion that is jiva. Jiva is only a bhava, not reality. Reality is not a bhava, it is reality. So tad ananyatva prasiddhi cha. How? Tat sruštva tadeva anupravishatu. Taittiriya Upanishad we are going to study. Tat sruštva tadeva anupravishatu tadanupravishya sachatyaccha bhavato. It will tell us. Having created the world, he himself entered into the world. As what? Jiva, identified with the Upadhi. Therefore, Brahman alone is there as Jiva. So go bata diya ek Shruti. Another one is what? Kshetragnam chapi mam vidhi. In the 13th chapter, third or second sloka. Kshetragnam chapi mam vidhi. I am the Kshetragna in every Kshetra. Like the Upadhis are the Kshetras. The Jiva is Kshetragna. And that Kshetragna is me only, Bhagavan is saying there. Therefore, the Bhagavan and the Jiva are not separate. बता रहे कि नहीं? That Jiva himself considers himself to be Jiva because Upadhis. And when he drops the Upadhi Tadatmya, he discovers that he is Nirpadhika Brahma. Remember that? It's only avidya making one Jiva. When one discovers himself to be the Brahma, the Jiva Bhava goes away. The discovery is called Vidya. Vidya is not a karma. It's only knowing. Very. Even when you open the eye to see something, you have to do the karma of seeing because something other than you it is. But for the self, which is your own self, what is the need of any upadhis and karma through them? You are that, just to be that. Listen these things again and again, and if you can't understand, never mind. If not today, tomorrow you'll understand. Day after you'll understand. One day when we are pursuing every day this one, that clarity starts happening. Ki what is said by these words? And the consequence of all this is what? Slowly do those karmas which purify the karana. Thereafter, just no other karma required. Abide in the self. Abide in it. And to avoid Aham Brahmasmi, Amatmasmi, these vicharana karmas definitely we have to be done. These karmas are not creating self. Please remember. These karma of Aham Brahmasmi are removing Aham Jivasmi. That's all. It's not really realizing or it is not creating the self. That's what. Siddhanta is one point if we don't understand. No, we'll always be in a confusion what is he saying. He says आत्मा है वो तुम हो उसको पाने के लिए कुछ करना नहीं जो करना है इसके ऑपोजिट को निकालने के है जो है सो है जो है सो है होने के लिए करना क्या है दसो नथिंग टू डू दिस व्हाट वेदांत इज फाइनल पॉइंट यू आर दैट बी दैट देयर इज नथिंग टू डू यू आर दैट बी दैट देयर इज नथिंग टू डू देयर there is no doing. If doing is there, then it's becoming. Then the becoming is samsara. Now, next quotation is what? Iti evam adi shruti smriti shatebhyaha. Like this, hundreds of shrutis are there where it is said, the one who is acting like a jiva now, wanting to get some karma phala through outer karma in the beginning, the same jiva, the one who wants to now get moksha, is never away from Parabrahma. Why never away from Parabrahma? Because without Parabrahma as substratum, even Jiva Bhava cannot exist. Is it not? Without the Adhisthana, Adhyaropa cannot be. Without the rope, snake Bhava cannot be. Snake is only Bhava, it's not real. That is what is the highest Vedanta. It's like when we wake up from the dream, long dream. How funny is the dream experience and how different is when you wake up. अरे ये क्या हुआ मैं क्या सोचा था क्या हुआ somebody आके गले दबा रहे मेरे को मार रहे ये कर रहे हो देखो कोई है ही नहीं है मेरे अलावा see the difference in the experience of dream and waking. So to a long dream of waking world, here there is nothing other than the Parabrahma, and that Parabrahma is me only. I have to gain this Vidya and stay in that. That's the moksha. Clear? Now we will see Sangraha. Gati Aishwaryadi Shruti Virodha iti chet. Hare, you are doing virodha of the Shruti, then you are a Siddhanti, you are a one who talk about the moksha and all that, depending on the Shruti. For you, Shruti is pranam, Shruti is everything. And in the Shruti only, Gati and Aishwarya, Vishayas are told. And you are doing virodha for that. He's adding one more now to the Gati. Aishwarya also is adding. Aishwarya means prapti of some or the other pleasures or the sukhas or the siddhis. No, this is not ending. Huh? This discussion has 5 4 pages. At that time, all this clarity comes. छोटे छोटे कुछ यहाँ संशय छूट जाते हैं ना, उनको धीरे धीरे वहां सॉर्ट आउट करेंगे. As per the level of the questioner and the question is slowly answering. Toward the end, when you come and पीछे मुड़कर सारा discussion देखोगे, every question stands answered. Every doubt stands answered. Only thing is we have to abide in that knowledge or understanding given by Shankara in this discussion, and very beautiful it is. You will never be lost or caught up in the world of karma and karma phala. One, this is clear. We only involve in some dharma, we involve in some obligation to clear the ऋण इत्यादि. मोर देन दैट ना कुछ लेना ना कुछ देना. मुझे अपने आप यहाँ पहुँचना है. पहुँचना मतलब I have to abide in my own essentials. Imagine a state of a person's mind where he is only bent upon abiding in his self. Other than that, he has nothing to go, nowhere to go, nothing to achieve. How a free bird he is. And imagine our condition now. Instead of being the self, we want to become happy by getting something, by doing something. And it is an endless silsila. चलता ही रहता है जन्म जन्म every जन्म. You come look at somebody or somebody tells you and you get tempted for that and you do something to get it and you get it also, but it's not ultimate. Something else you look at and that you like it and then you go for it. You are भटक ही रहे हम एक हचरे कुंडी से दूसरा कुत्ते की तरह. True, this example I'm telling deliberately. Only then we slowly from within withdraw all these sankalpas to get something by doing something. There is nowhere to go in this world, nothing to gain. You are already the infinite self. First, get strengthened in this knowledge, start pursuing it. And as a part of it, we have to clear the obligation and all. Therefore, samyavahara, that's it. इसलिए कहते हैं जितना धर्म इस जगत को आप में आपको करना है उतना करो. If you have any negativities or raga, desha, kama, krodha, to remove them, do the services of the society called as the karma yoga. After through karma yoga, antakana is made shuddha. You need not do karma yoga. Only dharma is enough there. In dharma, what you have to do to survive, that much is done. No more involving in the world for doing karma as karma yoga. क्योंकि मेरे को कुछ है ही नहीं अंदर वासनाएं कामनाएं कुछ. You are free. Your job is sit. And when you sit after purifying yourself that way, the sitting for meditation is so effective. Without अंतःकरण शुद्धि, you लाख कोशिश करो ध्यान में नहीं बैठ सकते. इसलिए for some lives through karma yoga get purified. That all doesn't mean that karma is cause direct or indirect for the moksha. मोक्ष का केवल विद्या ही है. और विद्या is not an action. It's only to know you are that and abide in that. Even that knowing is a vritti of the mana in the beginning. But the highest stage may, unless that vritti is dropped, the experience of the self called as moksha doesn't come. Therefore, even that knowing vritti also is obstruction. Later stage. And what is there to think, even know that I am the self? I am the self. Like when I am man, to be the man, I need not say anything or do anything. I am that. ये तो है ही fact है. Same way, for the self, I am the self. Even thought की भी जरूरत नहीं है. Thought is entertained for something other than me. For me, what is the need of even thought? That's why that is called transcendental experience. What is the transcendence? Even of the thought. What thought? That I am the self. That is why in the fifth, sixth sloka of Atma Bodha, it is said कि aham atma brahma asmi is a vritti, removes aham jivaha or deha asmi. Then both the vrittis are thrown. Then the vritti rahita aham brahmasmi anubhuti is experienced. उसको ऐसे ही बोलना पड़ता है. This is another way. So all even aham brahmasmi saying also is to remove aham jivasmi devasmi. If I don't say Aham Brahmasmi, I am never away from being Brahman. But Aham Devaha Jiva Asmi is so strong to remove that ye arrow fekte. Like for the health, the medicine is not required. Health is natural condition of the body. But that natural condition of the body of the health is disturbed by some bacteria and all. To remove that, this medicine is after दोनों बाहर जाते हैं शरीर से. Even the medicine also has to go out of the body, else it will create the disease. So too, Aham Brahmasmi Vritti removes Aham Jivosmi Vritti. Thereafter, Aham Brahmasmi Vritti is not required for experiencing Aham Brahmasmi because I am that. श्रुति की जरूरत नहीं है, एफर्ट की जरूरत नहीं है. That is what is moksha sthiti. Listen slowly, slowly, slowly. The mind becomes calm and quiet. Once the calm and quiet mind it becomes, na, it dissolves. When it dissolves, you will experience what? Yeah, that it is. Now, again, Purva Pakshi, Gati Aishwaryadi Shruti Virodha iti chet. यार गति ऐश्वर्य का श्रुति में इतनी बातें हुए हैं, यू आर डूइंग विरोध ऑफ दैट. एग्जाम्पल इज व्हाट? हम अथापि स्यात् यदि अप्राप्य मोक्षः गति श्रुति नाम. इज इट नॉट? If the moksha is not obtainable, then there is a virodha for gati shruti and aishwarya shruti. Like for example, what sa ekadha bhavati, sa trida bhavati. This is what is said in one of the Upanishad Chandogya. Sa yadi pitruloka kamo bhavati. This is said in another shruti. Stribhir yanairva. There are so many things. He will go there and enjoy the vehicles, women and all that. Then ityadi shruti namcha kopaha syat. In such shrutis, you are creating anger to them by denying the gati and aishwarya. Shruti said about gati reaching somewhere, aishwarya means enjoying. This fellow has got interest in still aishwarya and sukha and all. Therefore, he is quoting those things. But intelligent is our master Siddhanti. He knows what level he is talking and where he is going now. See, he did not answer Gati Shruti directly, Bhagavan Shankara. The Siddhanta, the Purvapakshi quoted Gati Shruti, therefore Gamana Kriya, therefore Kriya or Karma is required. He explained it this way, that Brahman which gives moksha is all pervading. Therefore, there is no going in that. And that is never apart from the sadhaka, who is a jiva now. And he cannot go in himself. And he is everywhere there, therefore he cannot go anywhere. मेरे में मुझे गति नहीं होती है, और मुझे गति के लिए मेरे से कुछ अलग जगह होना चाहिए. सब जगह मैं हूं, और वो मैं मेरे अंदर कैसे चल सकता हूं? इन दैट वे आंसर्ड, refuted the Gati Shruti or the Gamana Kriya in the moksha. Now he is adding another Aishwarya and quoting those things. कि वहाँ जाएगा, उसको ये सिद्धियाँ मिलेंगे, he will get jnana and all that bhoga. This is said in your Upanishads only. I am quoting Chandogya, I am quoting the Brihadaranyaka. इत्यादि श्रुति नाम कोपः स्यात्. श्रुति माता को गुस्सा आएगा if you deny her. इति चेत् no sir, how is it so? What you spoke is right, but they are all about Karya Brahma Vishayatvat Tasa. They are all for the Karya Brahma. Karya Brahma is Jiva. Para Brahma is called Karana Brahma. Clear? Karya Brahma Vishayatvat Tasam. When you are maintaining your Jiva Bhava, to that Jiva, through this variety of karma, to different loka prapti, and in that different sukha aishwarya prapti is intended. This is for Karya Brahma, not the Karana Brahma. No, this is called pure Veda. Those who can come up to this level of understanding, they alone are studying Veda. Still Upanishad पढ़कर, मीनिंग पढ़कर नहीं समझना की बात समझ गए, नहीं सोचना ऐसा. The real understanding Vedanta is tested here. Can you, in your high level of intellection, differentiate the Karana and Karya Brahma? Jiva is Karya Brahma. Parabrahma is Karana Brahma. Parabrahma has become Karana Brahma from the standpoint of Jiva Karya Brahma, whom you are imagining now. When through the discovery of the Karana Brahma, Karya Brahma goes away, Jiva, then that Brahma is not even Karana, is not called as Karana. Jarat nahi hai. There is Ekameva Advayam Brahma. Now imagine it. कार्य ब्रह्म के लिए ये सारे बताए गए, ये गति ऐश्वर्य इत्यादि, नॉट इन कारण ब्रह्म. And this Karya Brahma is imaginary, not real. If you imagine the snake, you imagine the hood of the snake, then the fangs and poison. ये सब एक के बाद एक फॉलो हो ही जाते हैं. Even that, why did the Shruti say, even for the Karya Brahma, that these are the karmas to be done, so that you go to those loka and enjoy those Aishwarya. All this will be answered after 2-3 paragraphs. With that, the whole subject is so pakka explained. We have to repeatedly study to get the understanding. So, they are all Karya Brahma ka hai, ye sare vishay, na Karana Brahma. So, Karya Brahma vishayatvat tasam. And Karyehi Brahmani Stri Adayah Syuhu. In the Karya Brahma only, the Yana, Stri, Aishwarya, Sukha, they are all valid. Na Karane, not in Karana Brahma. Again, further he quotes the quotations. That is why, we have to study all Upanishads and remember them. Then only any questions, doubts come to us or others, we can answer to deny everything, anything other than Brahma. In theory. Same thing when you go on contemplating, in the experience also, we experience Brahma one without second. Then everything else is what? Brahma, actually you only. But appearing as Rupanama is Vidya. That's called Alata. We have already studied it. Alata Shanti Prakaranam. When you move that mashal, that shape is seen. But that shape did not come from the mashal, nor from anywhere else, nor it has any content in it. Matter. For it to appear, still it is appearing. That is the position of the every Rupanama, apart from Brahman. You understand? Rupanama दिख रहे हैं क्या? Yeah, but not other than Brahma. Is it not? What about Brahma? Has it got any of the Rupanama? No. Therefore, Brahman, named and formed, is creation, and the creature, Jiva, caught up in his own self created creation. That's called samsara. Devaluing, denying the Rupanama, coming to the substratum is called as realization or moksha. And all that drama happened because of avidya. And antidote of that is avidya. And vidya removes the avidya. Vidya doesn't create Atma. Remember, vidya doesn't bring the Atma. विद्या से अविद्या निकला जाता है, उतना ही है. आत्मा की प्राप्ति तो स्वतः प्राप्त है. इट इज ऑलवेज देयर. इज इट नॉट? द नॉलेज दैट इट इज ए रोप removed the ignorance of snake. The knowledge of rope did not create the rope. Rope is always there. Little subtle. धीरे सुनो. Now he says कि कार्ये ही ब्रह्मणे स्त्रियादे स्युः न कारणे. Quotations. एकमेवा द्वितीयम. Brahma is said as ekameva advitiyam. And where are the Aishwaryas and Yanas and Bhogas there? So too, yatra na anyat pashyati. The state of realization is said in Bradharanyaka as that is that where there is nothing other than him seen. Tat kena kam pashyet. So too, once one realizes the self, there is who is there to see whom. The seer seen difference dissolves in Paramatma. In one Paramatma only, the drashta drishya was projected. Now you transcend it to meditation. Then kena kam pashyet, kena kam vijaniyat. Who will see whom? Who will know whom? In the Atmanuvati. So to ityadi shrutibhyaha. हो गया. Now the last very important one. Vidya virodhacha vidya karmanoho samuchya anubhavati. एंड द मेन थिंग तो अभी तक हमने आपको बताया ही नहीं, देयर इज ए बिग विरोधा between karma and vidya for this big important reason. That is what is that reason? Tomorrow when we come, we discuss it. Okay. Pravilina kartradi karaka vishesha tattva vishya hi vidya tad viparita karaka sadhyena karmana virudyate. Nahi ekam vastu paramarthatah kartruttvadi visheshavato tat shunyam cha iti ubhayata drashtum shakyate. Avashyam hi anyatat mithya syat. Kamitya, then explanation. These next 2 days and tomorrow's, day after tomorrow's, 2 days discussion will be very interesting and useful. And how much ever you are able to listen and grasp, focus on that. If something non-understandable, never mind. Don't get tensed up. It will be understood as you show your interest in learning. Let this interest in you be reached to God by His grace. He will equip the intellect with some more purity and subtlety. It will make us understand. For everybody, it is like that. At the grossness of intellect, not able to pierce into the deeper analysis, the subtle understanding doesn't come to them. But Ishwara Kripa, Guru Kripa, when that status position comes, we will be able to catch what is said. But mote taur par, through Vidya, Moksha comes, not through Karma. Therefore, Vidya Karma Samuchaya is not allowed for Moksha. Even though Karma is required in the beginning. First clearing the Runas, for clearing all the obligations, for doing the duty, then to propitiate the Devatas. This is called Upasana Karma. Upasana karma and ordinary karma, they go together. But both of them put together are not required for moksha. Moksha is only through vidya. So too for the antakarna shuddhi, you need to do karma. But none of them have created the self, nor they give the self. They only make the अंतःकरण अशुद्ध, because अशुद्ध अंतःकरण से आपको आत्मा नहीं दर्शन होता है. Like when you use the specs to see something, you clear the dust of the specs. So your action of clearing the dust of the specs did not bring the perfection to the specs. Specs are always perfect. Dust was covered and dust is removed. कार के आईने में भी साफ करने के कारण स्पष्टता आईने का नहीं क्रिएट किया गया. ये समझो, आईना इज ऑलवेज स्पष्ट. Some dust came, it is removed. Catch this one point, you have understood Vedanta. Ignore the dust came, dust removed. It never made the mirror pure. The kriya of cleaning the mirror did not clean the mirror. What are you talking contradiction? That is the meaning. The cleaning of the mirror is to clean the dust which was occupied there. Mirror was ever clean. Therefore, I am always the self. Only I am in the dust of ignorance or avidya. It's removed by vidya. There is no other karma, etc. required there. Be careful about it. And become deeper in this. When I do karma, I am a karta. I am using all the upadhis. Every karma in this world has a phala. For phala, to experience it, I have to become a bhokta. The karta bhokta is a samsari. These all will be told in the next 4 paragraphs. All these things which are again and again studying in every of the class, in every of the text, very beautifully, systematically, Bhagavan will tell us. Come what may next 3 days, don't miss the class. And I can skip all that and straight away take the 12th Anuvakashanno Mitra and go to the Brahmavida Apnoti Param. एक तो academically we have that we are doing every part of the Bhashya, whether we fully understand or not. Second is how long we go on postponing or denying such very sublime knowledges. At one point, we should pause and spend time and pay the time and energy and try to understand it. A little is understood, to that extent, misunderstanding goes away. Now see, because we lost 3 and 4 days of struggle, the millions of lives carried, illusion, delusion, slowly going or not. That I am already the self. Only through Vidya I have to discover it. It has nothing to do with the karma. Karma gives karma phala. Karma, karma phala, karta. They're all the part of ignorance. They're all create the jiva. They only bind. देखो ये एक बार लग गया मन में, you are no more competitor to this world, into anybody in the world, not even you are seeker of the world. To that extent you are free. बस only to survive the deha, what is required you consume. बाकी सबसे क्या लेना देना है? वो तो बंधन है, मोक्ष थोड़ी है. And you have to do homework. Like somebody want to become a MLA minister. So for that, so much of karma, everything he does, and he became also. Still, as a minister, he has to go on doing something. Is there anywhere end to the karma? And is there anywhere infinite to the karma phala? ही थिंक्स मैं एमएलए बन जाऊं तो बढ़िया है. बन तो गया, बट फिर मुझे पोर्टफोलियो मिल जाए, मिल गया, वो भी सेटिस्फैक्ट्री होना चाहिए. उसमें भी आई वांट टू डू व्हाट आई वांट, वेदर इट गुड वर्क और बैड वर्क, बट होने नहीं देता पब्लिक या अपोजिशन पार्टी. इज देयर एनी एंड टू हिज कर्मा एंड द दुख देयर आफ्टर? ही गोज ऑन डूइंग वन थिंग और द अदर. ही इज भटक ही रहा है. द बिगेस्ट एग्जांपल गिवन इज दैट ऑफ Kasturi Mrugam. It is running from one place to the other for a beautiful fragrance which is experienced. That stupid fellow doesn't know that the fragrance for which it is running is, it is in his own ears. इधर से आ रहा है that Kasturi smell. He is going everywhere, struggling everywhere. So too, through every karma and karma, phala, what ananda we want, it is already we. That's what Vedanta. Only how to realize it. How to realize? Stop karma phala expectation, therefore stop the karma, therefore transcend the upadhi which do the karma, then stop the go beyond even the karta who was doing karma to get the karma phala. Then you discover this. And all karma yoga, bhakti yoga, ashtanga yoga, they remove all these obstacles. Therefore, they are also essential. That none of them will give moksha. Yoga does chittavritti nirodha, but unless through Vedanta Atma Swarupa is not understood, one will not realize moksha. Clear? Then these 3-4 paras, which will give us the answers to these points, we will see tomorrow. Then in one of the day, if I feel required or possible, just summing up of everything is said. And we are doing it every 10 minutes, 20 minutes. We are going back and refreshing what we have studied and what is the next question of this Urvakshi, how Bhagavan is answering him. And the basic of all this discussion is the firstly proposed 5 options. Only karma, moksha. Karma with vidya. Vidya, karma equal. Vidya with help of the karma. Pure vidya. The Purvapakshi started by holding on to only through karma. Then slowly, by answering him, Siddhanti brings him to the station. For that moksha, only vidya is required. So such person just sits, closes his eyes, and whatever the Upanishad vidya he gained, he just contemplates. Through contemplation, conviction comes, I am that self. He just in his effort to avoid in that conviction. That effort also dissolves, he will experience it. Because it is the truth and it is real self, his own real self. And once that self is experienced, it doesn't go away. Then anything used again, Utthana Dasha, it is called. When he becomes Utthana from that Atmanubhuti, wherein he uses the Upadhis. Naturally, when the Upadhis are used, he will see the world of multiplicity. But the difference is what? He knows that these multiplicity are perceived by the Upadhi from this side and projected on the reality only that side. ठीक है नहीं? Therefore, एक ही परमात्मा में the world is projected. एक ही परमात्मा में the upadhis are projected to see the world. एक ही परमात्मा में the jiva projected who is using upadhi to see the world. Minus paramatma, neither the world nor the upadhi nor jiva. Then why these three? It's all maya, it's all leela, it's all khel. When it's maya, leela, khel, don't give value. If you give value, you are lost. So I myself is the karta, dharta, bhokta or jnata, jnanam, gneyam. On me, the jnata, jnanam, gneyam is projected. See, what is Vedanta? When you take reality as reality, projection as projection, you are mukta. It is called Vedanta. What is samsara? Reality is forgotten, projection is taken as real. Therefore, projecting Jagat on Paramatma is not a problem. Taking the projection as real, trying to make it real, and get out of it a sukha, it is unreal. It is called bandhanam or samsara. Think, think, think. Om, 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 om Purnamadaha Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah Paramarshibhyo Namah Brahmane Namah Shrutimatre Namah Tatsat Brahmarvanamastu. Don't forward these talk to everybody today. ही स्वामी जी हमारे दिन थोड़ी करते हैं because they won't catch it. But you must listen at least once more. I can only suggest. Let us do our study of विदरणनीति for 2 more days. आज और कल हो जाएगा, कल ही हो जाएगा, कल ही खत्म करें.